After a tense and emotionally charged battle at the 2025 Paris Masters, Felix Auger Aliassime faced the press looking visibly drained, both physically and mentally. His defeat to Jannik Sinner was not just another loss. It was a moment that laid bare the harsh truth of competing against one of the most informed players in world tennis. The Italian had once again proven himself nearly untouchable, and Auger Aliassime's post-match press conference quickly became one of the most talked-about moments of the tournament. As Felix took his seat, there was a palpable silence in the media room. His face carried that mix of disbelief and exhaustion that every player feels after giving everything only to fall short. He adjusted the microphone slightly and exhaled before speaking. "Honestly, I don't know what else I could have done," he began softly. "Sinner became a wall out there. Every ball I hit, no matter the pace, no matter the angle, he found a way to send it back, even deeper and cleaner than before. It felt like I was hitting against a mirror that just kept improving every point." The comment summed up what the match had felt like to those who watched. From the first set, Auger Aliassime came out aggressive, trying to dictate play with his explosive forehand and strong serve. But Sinner absorbed everything. His defense was impenetrable, and his counterpunching left Felix searching for answers. The rallies grew longer, the pressure more suffocating. Every time the Canadian thought he had created an opening, Sinner closed it down with precision and calm. When a journalist asked whether he felt he played badly, Felix shook his head. "No, I think I played one of my best indoor matches in a long time. But it's tough when your best still isn't enough. I've played against top guys, Djokovic, Alcaraz, Medvedev, but Sinner right now, he's different. His composure, his patience, his ball striking, everything is at another level. He's found that zone players dream of, and staying there match after match takes something special." The quote spread across social media within minutes. Tennis fans and analysts alike began debating just how different Sinner had become in 2025. Many agreed with Felix. Sinner's evolution was no longer about talent. It was about maturity, mental control, and an aura that made opponents doubt their own best tennis. During the conference, Auger Aliassime reflected on his own journey, too. The Canadian has had a roller coaster year filled with injuries, inconsistent performances, and flashes of brilliance that reminded everyone of his potential. "I've been through ups and downs," he admitted. "I've worked hard to rebuild confidence, to enjoy being on court again. Matches like this hurt, but they also teach. You realize what level you need to reach if you want to compete with the very best." He paused for a moment, rubbing his forehead before continuing. "I think people underestimate how hard it is to face someone who just doesn't miss. You feel like you're playing chess against a computer that knows every move in advance. You go for more, you try riskier shots, and suddenly you're making errors you don't normally make. That's what Sinner does to you. He breaks your rhythm without even attacking. It's mental warfare." Another reporter asked whether Felix saw any weakness in Sinner's game. He chuckled lightly before answering. "Right now, none. Maybe if you find a time machine and catch him on an off day last season. But today, he's too balanced. He's faster, stronger, more confident. He's reading the court like he's got a map in his head. Honestly, I came prepared, but after the first few games, I realized this wasn't going to be a normal match." The crowd in the press room nodded. Even journalists who had covered hundreds of matches could tell this was more than just post-defeat frustration. It was genuine admiration mixed with disbelief. Felix wasn't bitter. He was in awe that he went on to describe some key points in the match that stuck with him. "In the second set, I had break points at 3-2. I hit a serve he barely got back, and then I followed with a forehand that normally would have been a winner. Somehow, he reached it and redirected it cross-court like it was nothing. You just stand there thinking, what am I supposed to do?" That's when I realized he wasn't cracking. He was just getting better. The reporters then asked about his mindset heading into the ATP finals and the rest of the season. Felix gave a thoughtful response. "I think this match is going to motivate me more than it'll break me. Losing to someone like Sinner isn't shameful. It's a lesson. I know I need to train smarter, not just harder. I've seen the level that wins Masters titles and possibly Grand Slams. If I want to be there, I have to evolve. Matches like this remind me what's possible." Still, there was a lingering sense of frustration. Felix admitted that despite giving his all, the one-sided scoreboard didn't reflect the effort. You walk off court thinking, Did I even play badly? But then you realize it's just how efficient he is. He takes time away, controls space, and never gives you a rhythm. He's got this quiet intensity. It's not flashy, but it's suffocating. As the press conference neared its end, one final question hit the emotional core. What did you tell him at the net? Felix smiled slightly. I told him, you're a wall, man. And he laughed. It's true. I've never said that to anyone before, but that's how it felt. It's not just his defense. It's how calm he stays under pressure. Even when I was attacking, he looked like he was playing a practice set. That calmness kills you inside, because you realize he's not going anywhere. Those words, Sinner became a wall, quickly became the headline everywhere. It summed up not only the match, but also the growing legend of Jannik Sinner in 2025. The Italian's dominance wasn't just about winning. It was about how he won. He absorbed power, neutralized aggression, and countered with surgical precision. For Felix, it was a bittersweet night. He had given everything, showcased moments of brilliance, yet walked away defeated by a player who seemed untouchable. As he stood up to leave, he turned back to the journalists and added, "This sport humbles you, but also inspires you. I'll take a few days to rest, then get back to work. Because if there's one thing tonight proved, it's that the level I just saw is where I want to be." With that, he walked out of the room, leaving behind an air of respect and realism. His words echoed long after the cameras stopped rolling. Sinner had not only beaten another opponent, he had earned another admirer. And for Felix Auger Aliassime, that match would serve as both a painful memory and a powerful motivator, marking one more chapter in the story of two players pushing the limits of modern tennis.